Good evening, guys. Or good morning, should I say good morning, guys? Um, Today I have been tasked by my manager. My name is Emmanuel Ojidi, an employee of Nene Labs, a sub company of Digital Consulting, and I have been tasked by my manager to do some documentations, to do some work documentations about my given tasks in Microsoft Defender as an IT administrator of Nene Labs. So um, as an IT administrator of Nene Labs. So I will now perform my task. So my task in this Microsoft Defender is to carry out email and collaboration, enable some policies and rules. Let me duplicate this. Enable some policies and rules, as well as exchange message trace plus exposure and management. The exposure management, sorry. We'll be looking at the attack surface map. Let's open this in a new tab. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Let's wait while this reloads. So, sorry for that intrusion. So, exposure management. Let's click on the overview of exposure management. And exposure management, investigation, and as well as email and collaboration. As well as email and collaboration. So, we'll be conducting a message trace for the meantime. Let's go over to policies and rules. On our policies and rules. So under policies and rules, we have different policies, threat policies, alert policies, and activity alerts. So let's click on threat policies and implement those policies for our organization's tenant. So we have different policies. We have configuration analyzer, preset security policies, anti-phishing, anti-spam. This is where I'll be carrying out my task. Okay, let's look at preset security policies. So this is what it does. Let's close this and look. Let's take a look at this. So you can exclude users and domains. So you want to manage settings. If you manage settings. Apply Exchange Online protection. Let's see specific recipients. So informal. Yes. Then to the Stanley. Applying standard protection in Microsoft Defender. Let's click on next. Apply Defender for Office 365. Specific same employees. These are new employees in the organization. So we implement on them. Stanley. And click on next. Impersonation protection. Next is specified users or domains that are likely getting impersonated. Excuse me, sorry. Let's see if I'm oh wait, hold on. Let's search on their names. Include their emails. See the former. So you click on next. And protected custom users 0350 domains. You don't have any domains, and let's see, click on next. Add trusted emails and domains to not flag. Impersonation policy mode. For now, I've been tasked with my manager not leave it on turned off, leave the policy turned off. My manager will be the one to turn it on when required by the organization Learning Labs. We click on next, review, and then we confirm. And we wait. Okay, standard protection has been updated. Then we click on done. Okay, so let's go back to threat policies. Let's get away from me. Okay, now we go to anti-phishing to implement anti-phishing policies under email and collaboration as well. So for under anti-phishing, we create an anti-phishing policy. We name this policy the Nene Labs anti-phishing policy. Policy. Okay. We at Nene Labs create this anti-phishing policy. Phishing policy to protect against phishing attacks. On our mail emails. I'm talking about about these users. Former Stanley and include these users. On these users, Akbara. So Stanley Akbara. Who do I include? Sorry, please, Rita. Yes, Rita. She's part of the excuse me. She's part of the financial department, part of our finances. Then AU. See Henry. Sorry, Frank Adams. The under groups. Under groups, we deleted our groups. DevOps team. No domains for the meantime. Phishing threshold and protection. So here we can adjust the slider phishing email threshold as standard, very aggressive, more aggressive, aggressive, phishing low, medium, or protected as if they identify a very high degree of confidence. Let's see, leave it at more aggressive only. Then messages that are identified as phishing. Okay. Enable users to protect. Enable impersonation protection. We can do that. We can enable domains to protect as well as enable mailbox intelligence. Enable spoof intelligence as well. Enable that. Attach it to our domains. These are domains. Let's click on next. Oh, sorry. So let's click on next. Let's say message and apply action. Message details and implemented user. Delete the message. Quarantine the message. We can, let's say this movie message to junk email folders, or sorry, no, quarantine the message. Apply quarantine policy. Admin only access. This is the best. Admin should have access. Email is stated as push. Quarantine the message. Reject the message. Quarantine the message. admin only access, apply quarantine policy, apply quarantine policy, don't, confirm, yeah, admin only access, safety tips and indicators, show first contact safety tip recommended. Very good. Um, okay, excuse me. So, show safety tips and indicators, show view attack, show user impersonation tips, show first contact safety tip recommended. Click on next, review, and then submit. So, phishing policy to go into effect immediately, and that is that. So, we have created a Nini Labs anti-phishing policy. You can decide to turn this on or off. Let's say turn it off. Okay, and then close. But later I will turn this on. I'm going to turn this on later. This is just for my work documentation procedures. It has been tasked by my manager to show this and as of proof. Now, anti-phishing policy. Alright, let me turn this back on. Turn it on. Okay. Yeah. Alright, close. Let's close this. Okay, so what next we'll do? We still need to perform the anti-malware policies. Message trace, attack map, no connection system. Okay. You conduct a message trace as well from Exchange and as well as Defender, but this is not an Exchange documentation. Anti-phishing, anti-phishing. Let's go to yeah, anti-spam. Let me duplicate this. Sorry, let me check this. Say overview, attack simulation training. Attack simulation training. Okay, so We'll come back to this later. For now, let's go over to our threats. Where is it? Our threat tracker, our threat. We're going to duplicate this. Our threats policies. So let's click on this. So go back to our threat policies. Then let's configure our anti-spam. So we click on create policy. Let's wait for this to load. It's finished loading. So let's click on this. We can create for anti-spam policies, inbound and outbound. So we create one for inbound and we create one for outbound. So inbound, for inbound, we call it the let's look at this. Let's call it the Unilabs anti-spam policy. So this is a fresh anti-spam policy for Unilabs. Unilabs.ng organization. For inbound emails. Click on next. Under users, users will also be informal. So Stanley, informal Stanley, Barbara, Rita, Mary, Tapan, Henry, Franklin, Frank, also with Frank Adams. The number groups, we also want to work for the DevOps team. I'll click on next. So bulk email thresholds for anti-spam. So let's reduce this to 6 at least. Increase anti-spam score. That is a spam. Image links to remote websites on. These are also spam. URL redirect to port on. Let's turn this on. So mark as spam. We want to mark messages that includes this body as spam. Empty messages on. Embedded tags on. JavaScript on. Phone tags on. STFD have to sensitive words, web voice anything on. Let's test this test. Sensitive words on. Sensitive words on. Let's cut them. Contain specific languages on. The languages that may contain French, Dutch. So, from these countries, anything from Pakistan, Afghanistan, America, India. I think that's all. Click on next. Click on other actions, move to junk folder, delete the messages, move to quarantine, admin only access, so move to quarantine, admin only access, quarantine message. Repeat spam in quarantine for how many days? 90 days. So, sorry, okay, let's see. 30 days. Intra-organizational messages to take action on phishing and high confidence phishing images. All phishing and high confidence spam news. High confidence news, zero code. Sorry. Method and generalized phishing spam or other messages that zero code shows this should be enabled. Click on next to allow and block lists. Senders, all deliver messages from these senders. Let's see, let's add a sender. Let's see, Henry. Tell customer to include your address. We'll get back to this later. For now, let's focus on creating our policy in Microsoft Defender. So click on next and click on create, and our Defender policy is being created. We click on done. So for the meantime, let me turn on this policy, of which I will turn it back on later. Turn it off. Click on done. Go back to check policies, anti-malware. Let's focus on creating our anti-malware. So create this anti-malware. Call these our mini labs. Malware. This is a anti-malware. Excuse me. Malware policy for many lab startups. To prevent malware payloads into the organization. Internet. Okay. Click on next. It's in the format. Stanley. Later. Click on next. Now, for protection settings, enable the common attachment filter for this kind of files. Reject the message with non-delivery receipt, or you can quarantine the message. Now, it depends on my organization's policy. I can add more files. I can say, let me add, okay, say, dot ex. Let me see. That's right. Okay. Add. Then click on done. Now we just you select it to quarantine these mails, quarantine these malware mails. Okay, but we can also enable 0 hour auto pop for malware. You can decide to just go with this. Okay, you can go with this as well. Then admin only access. Then it's fine admin about undelivered messages. Let's say notify informer. Anyway, sorry, we have to add an email address. Okay, I'll also make some modifications to this once this is ready. Once I've been given a list by my manager to add as well. And click on submit. And we are done. So that's that. We have created a malware policy. Okay. Created a malware policy. So we can also configure tenant allow or block list. Email authentication settings as well. Also quarantine policies as well. So we have our configure and save attachments to ensure that any attachments in any email inbound to us is kept safe as well. So let me do this again. Under anti-malware, let's create an anti-malware policy for outbound emails. So we create one. So anti-malware. So the description. Oh, let's go back to this later on. So let's go over to save attachments.